everybody. Good evening. We hope you're okay. Welcome to another Facebook Live with Dorwest, the leading experts in herbal pet care. We hope you're well. I'm Sarah Baxter, and this on your screen is Joe Boughton-White. Hi, Joe.
Hello. Hi, Sarah. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Yeah, great to have you all with us. If you can see us watching live, do give us a like, a thumbs up, pop a comment and say hello so we know that you are watching. So tonight, what are we talking about? It's all about tummy troubles, the glamorous sides of pet ownership, isn't it, Joe? We were having a laugh before, weren't we? The glamorous side. But we're
gurgles and wins and
exactly. So we want to answer any questions that you may have, tummy troubles, digestive issues with your four-legged friend. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. We're going to be live for about 30 minutes. And yeah, if your question is answered during the live, you will receive the product that Joe recommends, if she does recommend one to you. So with that in mind, should we crack on, Joe? We've got some people here already. Actually, we've got Lulu Lumsden saying hi. So hello, and Norma. Hi, Norma. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, Joe, digestive issues is such a, it's a big topic, isn't it? And like we were saying, it does impact so many different dogs in lots of different ways.
It is. I mean, digestive is one of the most common kind of things we get on the phones and in person. And I think most dog owners and friends with dogs will say, don't suppose you got something for this. Yeah, and it is, and every dog's so different, their digestive, and what suits them and things like that as well. So it is a huge topic and loads to discuss as well. So
exactly, lots to get into. We've got lots of people. We've got Karen here joining as well. Hi, Karen and Jessica. Hello. We had in advance, so should we just leap into one of those first and see?
Because a lot of these questions we've selected, haven't they? They kind of cover most of the most common kind of questions we normally get asked about digestive. So hopefully they'll be a good use to most of you that are watching. So
absolutely, hopefully we can help a lot of you and help soothe those tummies of your four-legged friends. So we had one question in advance that was from at Spring Adorable Reef over on Instagram, and they ask, hi there, my dog is usually okay on his dry food, it really suits him, but sometimes when we're out on walk and he's off lead, he might lick something he shouldn't. I think we're all ready for that, dogs picking up things they shouldn't, eating something, licking something while out on a walk, and then he's got a runny bum for a day or so. Is there anything nice and glamorous, runny bum? Is there anything we can give him to get over that more quickly? So that's one of the key signs, isn't it, of when your dog's got tummy troubles, runny bum. So what can we do to help with that, Joe?
So I think we are all familiar with this situation.
Sadly.
Dogs have got quite tough digestion. In fact, they can, they do eat things that they shouldn't and lick and all sorts of things when we're out and about, don't they? But of course there are those things that can cause a bit of upset. So I'm all familiar with it. So the cupboard staple for that is definitely tree barks powder. I'm sure a lot of you that are already Dorwest customers will know. I'm going to hold up the parts, the one with the pink label. This is absolutely always have it on hand. If I take the dogs anywhere away, when we used to go away with dogs,
remember that.
I'll always have a sample pot. So this is a really, really light powder, light fluffy powder. It's called tree barks because it is 90% slippery elm powder and 10% white poplar bark. There's nothing else added in it, so it's completely natural. And it's actually very rich in like mucilages, it's called. So those actually almost go gel-like when they go down the digestive tract. So next time you feed your dog when they've got a bit of an upset tummy, you pop some of that in their meal, literally, just mix it through the meal. And as they eat it, that will actually soothe the gut. It slows things down a little bit. So that's great. So it helps them firm up the motions, but it really doesn't act like a clay or anything like that, like kind of blocker upper. It is much more gentle than that, but it's also the properties of the slippery elm particularly and the white poplar, it soothes. They kind of got supports the anti-inflammatory effects as well. It really soothes the digestive, so it's a bit inflamed and not very happy. It's comforting, if you like, from the inside, and it slows things down. So you just really pop it in the next few meals. and it works really quickly. It's not something you have to give for weeks for it to work. It works kind of as soon as it gets into the body. So that's why it's one of those kind of emergency keep it on hand. So tree barks is absolutely perfect, and I would, out of anything, I would never be without that in my cupboard. We all know what a pain it is when they have. I mean, obviously, I mean, this goes without saying as well about anything we're discussing. If obviously it's serious, do consult your vet. I'm not vets. We're not veterinary professionals. And if it's obviously worrying and the dog's ill, than that, obviously go down. But for those sort of kind of everyday, nothing really wrong with it. You know, it's eating something. It shouldn't. It's not poison. It's just something's upset it. Tree barks powder is definitely the way to go. Definitely,
it's a great thing, and I love the fact it's almost like this little hug from the inside, isn't it? Just
nice,
smooth, and make them feel better.
It really is.
Get them on the move. And that was actually, it's Lou Lumsden who's actually here. That was who is Spring Adorable Reef on Instagram. So
right. That's good.
So glad we got to answer your question. And make sure you contact one of the team from Dorwest and you can receive that product. So.
I think she asked, how much do you put in the meal? Sorry, didn't talk about that. So I'll double check I'm saying right. So it's one 5 ml teaspoon. So pretty much the standard per about 10 kilos body weight, but you can be quite flexible with it. If I'm using it like suddenly they have got quite an upset tummy, I would probably do that per meal. So if I had my dog's about 15 kilos, so I put 1.5 in the morning meal and probably 1.5 in the evening. You're not going to create anything bad by giving it a slightly higher dose, and because it's more of an acute sudden condition with an upset tummy, you can go a little bit higher. What I sometimes do as well, if they've been a bit poorly like that, I might put it in something like some scrambled eggs, which obviously are quite
binding, aren't they?
Yeah, quite binding and quite gentle as well. So that's one as well. And it doesn't smell. It's not hugely strong. It's almost a bit biscuity in its smell. And so it's quite pleasant as well, and it's really gentle. We use it for weeks. It's our only product actually that you can use from under 8 weeks, because that's it. In like weaning puppies, because it helps tolerate foods loads better as well. So it's great for that as well.
Like you say, if you're swapping diets or something like that, things that could be potential triggers for tummy issues, be great.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just reading some of the loads of comments coming through.
I know, loads coming. We've got Karen Morton, tree bark powder is amazing. Linda Ballard, tree bark is fabulous. It's always lovely to see.
Ruth was saying, Ruth, that's great. So her dog lost weight, didn't know why, no upset stomach. Vet suggested tree barks, and now within 2 weeks started to put on weight.
That's amazing.
And it's used a lot for that. Dogs that can't kind of quite keep on weight, sometimes they're dogs with other kind of like insufficient pancreatic insufficiency, wrong way around, not pancreatitis, or just like kind of digestive upset, or just dogs that are very goey, don't keep the weight on, because it slows it down in the intestine. It allows them to get all the nutrients out of it, the very best. So sure they get the best of the food as well. So it's great for putting on a bit of weight as well. But it won't make you panic. Anyone's worried about it won't make them fat.
None of that. Just helping those that need it. So that's brilliant. It's lovely to see people's feedback as well. So it's great that the tree barks is working for so many. Should we go on to the next question, Jo? One other. We had this is from Alfred Cocker, also on Instagram, saying, which Dorwest product do you recommend for keeping the tummy healthy in general? So there's not a particular problem, there's not anything that's untoward, but just to make sure, keep everything on an even keel. What would you recommend, Jo?
So it's a very just kind of like supporting the gut and make sure, like I said, everything's doing as it should be. I'm looking down because I've got a tub here. So I would always have tree barks just in case. For every day, I would be using our Keeper's Mix Sensitive, which is our new version. And although the normal Keeper's Mix, every herb in that is for different parts of the body, and there is psyllium husks in it, which are great for the stomach. This has also got marshmallow root in it, and marshmallow root is it's proving to be amazing, I have to say. It acts very similar to slippery elm, but it's so it's got that in it and the psyllium, so it's really a good percentage of it is supportive for the digestion. But you've got the other herbs in there which are great for like all round all round health. They're very rich in minerals like the kelp seaweed and cleavers and alfalfa as well. But yeah, but strong on those herbs that support the stomach. So definitely, yeah, give that. And that's what I give mine now every day, because a couple of them are a little bit prone to the occasional. And then I just use the tree barks if they do have an upset stomach. So yeah, so
that's a bit of a top up almost.
That's the one to go, just to keep them healthy. And things like marshmallow root and slippery elm are actual prebiotics, not probiotics, prebiotics. And that means that they consist of like polysaccharides and things which actually help the bacteria in the gut, which you give the probiotics, helps them a healthy environment to allow them to grow and to be as many of them as possible. So it really assists it. You kind of, for probiotics to work, they need a good prebiotic, if you like.
Yeah, of course.
Get confused, but that's why they're so good for gut health as well. So yeah, so definitely that one. Keepers mix sensitive.
Brilliant. No, that's a good one to have. So that was for Alfred Cocker. So anyone tuning in, we are talking all about tummy troubles, digestive issues, any questions you have about that, about how to help your dog, support your dog, if they do have tummy troubles, or how to sort of keep everything all on an even keel. Pop your comments below and we'll try and get through as many questions as we can.
I'm just going to jump in. I've just seen this one. Oh, Sarah, this made me just laugh. I wasn't being rude. It smells like digestive biscuits.
Yes.
I sometimes think rich tea, but maybe that's...
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, it's biscuit wars.
Very similar. But Veronique has got a great pound, and she's lost a lot of weight. So if fed on raw and he's on Keepers Mix Sensitive Green Relief, so if you just heard what we said, I would definitely do what just pop him on tree barks. Put him on tree barks every meal and make sure he's getting the best of everything he's been given. Slow down the digestion a little bit and see if that helps put him on weight. I mean, dogs sometimes do go through phases, I think, that they kind of use more of their food and they put on a bit more or less. And I suppose it's lots of factors in that, like exercise season and things like that. But yeah, give that a go, Veronique, and that should help as well.
Oh, that's brilliant news. Yeah, get your dog feeling good. Old Jack there, lovely. Jo, we had some other ones, didn't we?
Yes. Morning Gurgling Tummy. We've got a few of those, haven't we?
We did. This was at Adventures of Paisley. So sometimes my dog wakes up with a gurgling tummy. Definitely heard that from my dogs before. And we'll be reluctant to eat anything until it settles. She can also get a bit sicky in the car, like her tummy needs to settle. So almost sort of two things there. What would you recommend, Jo, for first of all that gurgling tummy and not wanting to eat?
Reluctant to eat. Yeah, there's a few, and I think there's a couple of comments come through from people that have are similar. So we've just chosen one to kind of run through it. And again, it's quite a common one, particularly in the morning. Wake up, gurgly tummy. Almost to the point, doesn't probably want to, like you have Adventure Paisley, don't really want to eat. Can bring up a bit of bile-y, acidy kind of thing as well. So first few things I would say before I talk about product, make sure you're spreading their meals evenly. So sometimes people go, oh yeah, no, I feed in the morning and then I feed at 2 o'clock. And of course, then it's a long time from 2 to the next morning, in which case the stomach gets empty. If it's a bit prone to acid buildup, it's obviously then going to be uncomfortable. Like, you know what it's like if you get too much acid in you, and you just don't fancy eating. So make sure you're spreading out the meals. Sometimes for more elderly dogs, they sometimes might do better on smaller meals more frequently. You might actually even want to do a three meals, smaller ones. I sometimes do a dog that's very prone to that in the morning. You could give last thing at night, either give a couple of a little bit of food, depending on if you're raw feed or what you are, a couple of biscuits, digestive biscuits now. That's me. I get digestive biscuits. Okay. But no, a little bit of food, something lasting. So just overnight, they've got something in their tummy, and it might just help stop that. And you might find it happens a bit less often as well. So yeah, so just think about that. And when it is, if you do that, you might find that it's less gurgly in the mornings to start off with. If you do wake up, dog has got a very gurgly tummy, not really wanting to eat, obviously very acidy. I would have our digestive tablets on hand. So that's our other digestive product. That is a tablet which has got ginger in it, a bit of peppermint, rhubarb, a little bit of slippery elm. And that is very good for kind of gassiness. Peppermint and all those are kind of those anti-gas. We're all familiar, I think, with those herbs for tummy kind of settling.
Yeah, definitely.
It will, any gurgly, windy tummies, it really will just help settle down. And it's ideal just for use as and when. I literally use that. One of mine, she can be a little bit gurgly occasionally.
Yeah.
And a couple of those tablets, I think it's 1 for 5 kilos, and it will just kind of settle it down. And similarly, for proper motion sickness in the car, when they are not anxious, but they literally, you know, proper churny tummy,
yeah,
it will settle it down beforehand. You know, people talk about a ginger biscuit, don't they, beforehand?
They do, you're right.
Yeah, you know, kind of similar is that. So do that. Have the digestive on hand for when you do have a gurgly tummy. The other thing I would do, I would put tree barks in their meal. If I had a dog that is prone to waking up, having that gurgles, acid build up, because tree barks is really very good for that. Again, because like I was saying, that it's so mucilaginous. It, like I said, that kind of comfort within it lines the mucous membranes, which is why it's good for leaky gut, which I'm going to come on to in a little bit. Because that lining, it stops the, you know, it kind of controls the acid a little bit. It won't be so
inflammation as well, I suppose.
Yeah. So, and it won't become so inflamed, which is what causes them not want to eat and make uncomfortable. And stretching, I mean, if you do have a dog that does a lot of the prey position and stretching, I would just get it checked out by the vet as well. There can be a sign of pancreatitis and things like that. It's always worth an early kind of pancreatitis, like chronic one, checked out. But yeah, so those are the things. Meals, something in the tummy overnight, pop tree barks in their meals just to reduce kind of the acid and comfort the mucous membranes, and have digestive tablets on hand. So if you do have that situation, you can give them a couple as well. So
one of those.
That is my a four-pronged approach, isn't it? But
yeah, but it's all good. All good. Yeah, all really important points. And I think just in case anyone was coming on earlier, if your dog has got a continuous problem, obviously always refer to your veterinary professional. But if this is like a one-off, then yeah, definitely try all of those things. That's good. We've got Veronique just saying thanks for that. I've always got tree barks. That's good. It's on offer at the moment. How long is the promotion running for? So that's right. We've got 20% off tree barks powder. Code digest21 if you go onto the website. So how long? That's on Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, end of the month. So Friday, to Friday night. So make sure you get your orders in before then.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone just tuning in, again, just a quick reminder, everything tummy troubles, digestive issues, pop your comments in and we will try and answer as many as we can. Jo, you were talking about leaky gut. I know there was one in here. This was from Jen Minch, who was
she's on, actually.
Is she in? Oh, brilliant. Great.
I saw a comment, maybe. I
definitely saw. I did see something about leaky gut earlier on, but what some people may not know what it is, but you know, what products can help to heal leaky gut?
Right. So leaky gut, there, I'll tell you, it's quite I find it's quite interesting, leaky gut. It is thought to be a lot wider than people think. A lot more dogs have, and it can be partly responsible for all sorts of chronic conditions and intolerances as well. So basically, gut is where the mucous membranes that all sit together, all the cells sit together really nicely. They are, for some reason, and there's multiple reasons why it can happen, from lots of medication, a damaged digestive system, lots of different reasons. They almost have little gaps in them, and that allows more things to pass through the mucous membrane into the bloodstream than would normally happen, which means, I mean, puppies generally have leaky guts because the gut's not fully developed yet. So that's important, what you feed them and things. It allows sometimes protein molecules to go through of like meat proteins or milk or those sort of dairy proteins as well. And actually it gets in the bloodstream, the body kind of things what is this? And it then fights it, and it can create an intolerance basically in the body because it thinks it's an intruder to the system. So then it creates a flare up, and then you become intolerant. So it can be responsible for intolerances, and there's loads about it. But basically, you know, gut. People always say gut is the center of your health and well-being, and a healthy gut is really help a lot of things.
So true.
Yeah, and leaky gut, yeah, have a read. Loads of wonderful articles all about it. So leaky gut, the best thing for leaky gut is obviously we are thinking about how we can kind of fill those holes in the gut. Yeah, kind of support it. It can become very inflamed and all of that as well. So like I was saying, slippery elm is really, really very good for leaky gut. Well, marshmallow, which is in Keeper's Mix Sensitive, the poplar bark, white poplar bark, which is in tree barks as well. They do exactly that. They actually, because they are so rich in polysaccharides and they almost tell gel-like, you can imagine it does almost coat the digestive tract all the way down. So it helps support it. And it's really rich in antioxidants, and it really helps support kind of any of like the ingredients' natural anti-inflammatory properties, if you like, as well. So any inflammation, it will help support, like, to get that down as well. So yeah, leaky gut, always tree barks, and that is why I always recommend, like I said about for weaning puppies. So that's you know, when they're four weeks or so, I always add in tree barks powder because it just soothes the gut. It helps them tolerate food, and it supports that intestine when it's not necessarily fully formed. Convalescing, like older dogs. I mean,
we've been talking about older dogs, haven't we, Jo?
Yeah, and gut health really does struggle in older dogs. They can't it doesn't work quite as efficiently as they used to. So again, this will help soothe it, tolerate food better as well. So yeah, tree barks all the way. There are some other herbs that are used as well in leaky gut. There's all sorts. Have a look online, but slippery elm really is, because it's got the actual physical effects of it, as well as the
incredible, isn't it?
It's rich in other things. It really has got that physical effect. And I always say, and I think we did it once on a live, if you put tree barks in some water, you'll see it goes like a blancmange. I mean,
it's incredible, isn't it?
A thick blancmange, and so really soothing. So that I would recommend anyone really with any gut health, IBD, because leaky gut is like IBD is connected, I think like that. Use the slippery elm. Fantastic stuff.
Actually, and Jennifer is here, Jo. You were right. So hi, Jennifer. Great to have you with us. She was just asking an extra question. So can you have the tree barks for a long period of time to help with leaky gut? Is that something you can have over sort of continuously?
Yeah. So tree barks can be used. I think someone else had a question before, but tree barks can be used short term or long term. So it can be given every day if it has to be, or it can just be used one off. With leaky gut, I would use it. I'd use it daily in every meal. Then you might get to a point when you've really got them on a stable platform, and you really feel that made improvement. You may need to. It may have allowed the gut to naturally, heal and improve. The membranes may have improved in the way that the structure of them. In which case, reduce down, stop, and see how they go. And if it comes back, you might have to reintroduce it. So it's really a case of just kind of seeing how it goes. We just drop it down, and there's no harm really. If you thought no, not quite so good, dog's not quite so good, add it back in again. So
exactly, just it's a test and trial, isn't it? Just
it
work
can
out
be
how it works for your dog, and it's getting that balance right, isn't it?
Yeah. Someone just asked about Keeper's Mix Sensitive.
Rachel, yes. Hi, Rachel Potts. I know you've joined in.
Hi, Rachel.
Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Would you split the Keeper's Mix Sensitive over each meal, or just add it to one per day? Maggie has 3 meals a day.
Oh,
lucky Maggie.
Lucky old Maggie, yeah. So don't let my dogs, don't put my hand on
I know. My dogs will not be thrilled hearing that.
You want 3 meals. I tend to split it. Mine are up there, like in the 15 kilo range. So that is 1 scoop of 10 kilos. So I tend to do kind of just under 1 in the morning, just 1 in the evening, because it's powder and you're mixing it in, and sometimes that can be difficult, especially if they're having tree barks as well, if they've been eaten something. So so I tend to split it, but it really doesn't, it's not kind of crucial with the Keeper's Mix sensitive. And with the tree barks, Jennifer Minshall's come out, would you then suggest it be used in each meal? She has 2 or just 1. I would do it in each meal. Yeah. I'm not sure of her weight, but I would, split it across. So every time she's eating, she's getting that support of the tree barks when that food is going through the digestive tract and needs kind of that support along that mucous membrane. So yeah, every meal, definitely.
Brilliant. Rachel saying thank you. She's 7 kilograms, and yes, she has tree bark.
Okay.
Brilliant, Rachel.
Yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, hopefully
Lovely.
Maggie will continue to thrive on all of that, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I really hope. Yeah. So any feedback though, it's really nice. The people we kind of chat and answer questions from, then do come back and let us know. Or the team in the office, we always share everything we get around as well. And we also have a dog wall of everyone's photos of their dogs they send in as well. So if you're
it's brilliant, dog wall. I love the dog wall. It's awesome. It's really good. Really good. Jo, there was one here. Can I mix Keeper's Mix with tree barks powder? So maybe you mentioned that was from Karen Morton there.
Karen. I do. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. It's completely different. You're feeding it for 2 different reasons, as long as it can physically mix in, but mine always have every day. They have normally Keeper's Mix sensitive I tend to use now, and I quite often use easy greens, particularly in the summer, because and they're wanting to eat more greens, so I give them that, and then if they've got a dodgy tummy, they will have the tree barks as well. So I do feed raw, so it's a bit easier to mix in. I know with dried food sometimes it's just a nice idea just to damp it a little bit, and you pop it in that way as well. But if they're fussy, you might have to do it a bit more staggered or build up to it. For any of you actually that have been used Keeper's Mix or have got very fussy dogs, and the Keeper's Mix has been they turn their nose up a little bit at it because it has got quite a strong smell. The new Keeper's Mix sensitive is a lot milder. Taken out a couple of the herbs that are that stronger smelling, like the rosemary and the wild yam, and we've put in there the marshmallow and chamomile as well, and it smells a bit like a summer's day. It is the chamomile, and everything is quite a sweet smell, and so it's a bit better tolerated. So anyone that has had issues with the Keeper's Mix, try the sensitive. We've got some samples actually, so if you place an order or drop us an email, we send you a sample of the sensitive as well, which is a good way to try. So
absolutely, try it out, see how your dog gets on, and some of the feedback we've had has been brilliant, hasn't it, Jo? So which is
really, really good. People really love the sensitive. I wonder whether they might more sensitive than normal Keeper's Mix.
Normal Keeper's Mix, exactly.
No, it's great, really good.
We're almost out of time, but I'm sure we can squeeze in just one more. It's gone really quickly. We had a question from Adventures with Miso. Our dog gets motion sickness, upset tummy, and anxiety on longer car rides. Any advice? So again, slightly different rather than a digestive issue of eating something they shouldn't, or a condition. This is more like the motion sickness. So what would you recommend, Jo?
So travel sickness is, I think it's blighted. Most of us have had a little bit of travel sickness, even if it's for a few. Luckily, most dogs grow out of it quite quickly. But with this one, you have put that it's got anxiety in the car. And so quite often, anxiety-led travel sickness is probably common. So they are worried, a little bit worried about traveling, come over anxious, makes them feel a bit sick. They are sick. Or they are just motion sickness, happy to go in the car, traveling along, and then they feel sick, they are sick, and then they feel anxious about going in the car. Because
like a circle, isn't it?
I'm going to be sick again. So it's a bit of a tricky one. Is that there is that true motion sickness, which is just the stomach, which is when we recommend digestive tablets just to settle down the tummy. Like I said, it's got the ginger in it. But really, most travel, we do end up going down the route of the skullcap and valerian tablet, which is our calming product, because it just relaxes them. So they kind of think, I haven't got a lot to worry about here. will relax the tummy a little bit as well. So so I would definitely use skull cap and valerian to calm them, relax them, and see how he gets on with that. If he's still sick, then it probably is more of motion sickness, and you could add in the digestive as well. People do that because travel sickness is such a pain, and it's so unpleasant for the dog, the owners, everyone.
It is.
If you give the skull cap and valerian to calm them down, and do that, you do a couple of hours before you go, because they start getting het up. If they don't like it, they know when you start to pack up the bag, pick up.
Yeah, they do know. They have this sixth
I know.
sense, yeah, what's going on?
I know where I'm going. Yeah. So do the skull cap and valerian a couple of hours before, and you could use a digestive as well. There's absolutely no reason why not, and that should get on top. And I'm aware. I think we're going to do a bit more info on that over the few months, because obviously a lot of people haven't travelled far with their pets. A lot of people have pets, and suddenly they're going to be put back into transport a bit more and going longer distances over holidays. And a lot of people are holidaying in the UK this year, and so there is going to be more cases of travel sickness and that anxiety and things like that. So it's going to be about getting your dog used to it a bit more. And
fantastic.
I think, yeah.
Planning ahead is all those types of things, isn't it? Planning ahead and thinking about those things.
I know we're nearly out of time. There's just there's a Hannah, I think, who's one.
Yeah, new stockist. Yeah, brilliant. So hi Hannah, thanks for joining. Yeah, you say you're a new stockist and you have a lot of people in whose dogs have intolerances and allergies. Really interesting to hear the link to gut health. Which should I advise to try first, tree barks or keeper's mix?
Okay, so if for tree barks, anything where they think the digestion is definitely not great, basically. So the motions aren't great, they've got the gurgly tummies, anything that kind of shows that the stomach's just not doing as it should be. They're happy, even if they're generally fine, but there's just the occasional like upset kind of runny poo or whatever, I would go down the tree barks. And a lot of people are amazing with the tree barks, then how much happier the dog is all round and much more vitality, because they just haven't been doing well. So it does improve health. If they are generally well in themselves, but they just mention, they just want to give something for their general health, you could go down the road of the keeper's mix sensitive. Like I said, that's got a bit more the herbs a bit more towards the stomach. But yeah, anything with proper digestive upsets, I would definitely go down the tree barks route. And then, but for an everyday health, which is what people are trying to do, look after their dogs on a daily basis rather than until they're poorly, which is
we've always said that with preventative steps. If you can, it's not always viable, but if you can, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can only do what you can do, but if it's a really good starting place. But keeper's mix sensitive is super for doing that, and just keep them. And a lot of people have come back to us and said, I thought they were fine, the digestive and stuff was fine, but I have to say the motions are so much better and they're just happier. So it's definitely really worth a good one. Any questions, Hannah? Obviously, a stock is just email Katie, who's our trade contact, or any of the team, and we can obviously help as well. So
that's brilliant. There's a lovely comment here from Jules Sparkles. I recommended tree bark powder to a friend who was fostering a Romanian dog with chronic severe diarrhea. It cleared up completely within 24 hours, and she now
keeps it with the hand.
That's brilliant.
Oh, that is so good, because especially like a fostering a Romanian dog, it probably has got a really upset digestion. Place hasn't had the best care, so and to help it, that's lovely. Thank you.
Lovely. And there's another one here just quickly, Jo, before we end. Claire Southgate, thank you. Poorly puppy at the moment. Opened emails Monday morning after a sleepless night with her to see your email headlined "Poorly Tum" made me smile. I hope you've got lots of good information. I hope you all have who've been watching tonight. And remember, the team are always on hand to answer your questions. If we haven't got to you, your questions in the comments, someone will come back to you, won't they, Jo?
They will. They'll definitely.
And the advisors are always. The advisors are always on hand via phone or email. So do any questions you have, let us know. And if we have answered your question live, make sure you contact the team at Dorwest so you can arrange your product to be winning its way to you. So
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Really quickly again. So yes, hopefully we've helped to banish those tummy troubles. And thank you so much for joining us. It's been great.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
See you soon.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.